The Ministry of Education announced today that the Ministry for the Environment has assessed the cleanup of the debris at the Uriah McPhee and Stephen Dillard primary schools and presented a report which approves both schools for reopening.
Education Ministry officials even invited teachers, parents and school board members to visit the schools today to inspect the premises. But as Altavis Munnings tells us tonight, operation at both of the schools were quite different.
Even though Uriah McPhee Primary School was declared open by the Ministry of Education, teachers there sat out most of the morning until leaving the premises at noon on Wednesday. Bahamas Union of Teachers President Belinda Wilson said teachers sat out because of chemical fumes in the air from work being done, alleged leaky sewerage, electrical cords out of socket, and a myriad of other concerns.
At 12 o'clock, we would have asked our teachers to make sure that they go home. They need to use the restroom and they need to check with the doctor, and a lot of them are really, they're upset because it's wearing on them now because the teachers want to teach.
A similar scene was found at the Stephen Dillard Primary School. While the teachers union confirmed some teachers and an estimated 100 students reported there on Wednesday, the air conditioning unit was still not working and operations came to a halt at noon. We even saw a repairman removing a part of the AC unit from the school.
The major concern now is the cleaning of the vents for the ACs, but also the fiberglass that our independent person found a few days ago. And I must say that environmental health, they were here and now they have the same concern.
Wilson said her members are willing to go the extra mile with their students to help them recapture valuable classroom time. However, she's hoping that the Ministry of Education will meet with the union and teachers from both schools to form an amicable solution.
There are legitimate concerns at these schools. We intend to have those concerns addressed, and until those concerns are addressed, our teachers will come for 8:45 and we will leave at 12 noon.
Meanwhile, Director of Education Lionel Sands confirmed to our news team Wednesday afternoon that the Uriah McPhee and Stephen Dillard primary schools are open for operation. Mr. Sands pointed out that the Ministry of Education received a letter from the Department of Environmental Health explaining that more work needs to be done at both schools. However, the environment is conducive for learning. The Education Director is advising teachers to report to school or face the consequences and asking parents to bring their children to school. Mr. Sands also reported Wednesday that one of the air-conditioned units at Stephen Dillard did malfunction again. Altavis Munnings, ZNS Network News.
Work on the airport gateway project is almost complete.
The project includes the 6.2-mile dual carriageway, improvements to the existing roads, and the renewal and upgrades of existing infrastructure. The project was initially due to be complete on December 15th of last year, but Minister of Works and Urban Development Philip Davis has revealed a new opening date.
The repairs have been done. We hope to have the opening of the airport gateway by the 10th of October. It is completed by the 10th of October.
What needs to be done to ensure it opens then?
Just the remedial works, as you can see. They're doing remedial works. We're trying to get all the landscaping done by then, and hopefully by the 10th of October we'll have a grand opening.
A three-day international conference to explore the best practices in the country's tourism and hospitality industry is underway at the Atlantis Paradise Island Resort. Under the theme, Shrinking the Global Divide, Synergy, Service and Sustainability, the inaugural conference is a partnership between the College of the Bahamas, Cornell University, Delaware University, and the Ministry of Tourism. Assistant Professor for Tourism, Culinary and Hospitality Management at the College of the Bahamas, Dr. Sophia Rose says that more than 30 students from several colleges and universities will receive some vital information that may not only assist with their studies, but their outlook on the industry as well.
It will remind them and help to focus them on the fact that we need to do a little bit more research in this country as it pertains to hospitality and tourism, specifically Bahama-centric. And we just simply need to do a little bit more research. And so I'm hoping that the students in particular who are registered, and we have a number of students who have registered, and I'm very delighted about that, they have something to take away to the fact that they really need to get involved in doing some research.
Dr. Rose says there are several challenges facing the hospitality industry, among them expanding research efforts and improving quality service.
I think one of the biggest concerns that we have done a wonderful job of strengthening our product offering through, obviously with Atlantis and the oncoming Bahama, the Albanese of the Bahamas. But we still have concerns with regard to service culture and service quality and the provision of quality service among the industry generally, and that's not just hotels and restaurants. That's service stations, your ministries, everywhere that provides service to hospitals, even the prisons. Everyone that provides some kind of service is first of all in the industry, and so the level of service and the quality of service that they provide continues to be a problem for us.
Former hospitality students, including world-class swimmer Alana Dillette and Siobhan Sherman, are among the presenters at this year's conference. Two senior clergymen of the Anglican Diocese were installed as canons at Christ Church Cathedral last night. Rector of St. Matthew's Parish, Father Crossley Joaquin, and Rector of St. Gregory's Parish, Father Sebastian Campbell, were installed into the cathedral chapter during a service which took the form of solemn pontifical evensong, sermon, and benediction. Scores of Anglicans fill the cathedral, including wife of the Governor-General, Lady Joan Folks, Prime Minister Perry Christie, and Deputy Prime Minister Philip Davis, several cabinet ministers, and opposition leader Dr. Hubert Minnis. Archdeacon Kingsley Knowles delivered the sermon. Canon Campbell was installed into the stall of St. Augustine's of Hippo, while Canon Joaquin was installed into the stall of St. David of Wales. Coming up in sports, find out why moving up means this man has to sit down. We'll explain coming up.
And then in Family Island news, farewell to a beloved Eleutheran. You're watching The Bahamas Tonight.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
This is your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm Andrew Knowles. The Grand Bahama Port Authority and government officials confirmed that Island Outsources will begin operations on Grand Bahama this fall. As the Jamaican-based company expands its call center services there, career opportunities for 100 individuals will become available at the onset, with the possibility of further employment for 600 people. Island Outsources is a comprehensive business process outsourcing solution that manages contact center and back office functions for local and US-based companies, with the UK and Canadian market in its sights. Tourism Minister Obi Wilshcombe is pleased with the company's entrance into the Bahamian market as part of his ministry's plans to relocate its former Miami-based call center to Grand Bahama. Prime Minister Perry Christie will officially open the second annual Caribbean Economic Policy Forum at the Atlantis Resort tomorrow. This year's summit is being held under the theme Building Growth into the Caribbean Sustainability Agenda, a concerted approach. It will cover areas such as stimulating the private sector, mitigating vulnerability to natural disasters, and reducing public sector debt, among others. The two-day conference is being organized by the Ministry of Finance and the Inter-American Development Bank in conjunction with the Caribbean Development Bank, the International Finance Corporation, and the World Bank. And in international business news, property prices spiked dramatically last month in China, raising the question of whether further government intervention is needed to avoid a possible housing bubble. Housing prices rose in 66 of 70 Chinese cities in August when compared to the previous month, according to the National Bureau of Statistics. Compared to last year, prices were higher in all but one of the 70 cities tracked by the government. That was your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm Andrew Knowles.